Hi, thanks for coming. Tonight we're going to make Southern Pecan Cheesy Chicken. I'm really excited to make this for you guys. This is just a killer recipe. This is what I make when the boss is coming to dinner. This is absolutely company food. This is the kind of meal where like everybody comes and sits down to eat and you serve them this and they go, wow, have you been in the kitchen all day cooking? And you go, oh yeah, but you guys are worth it. The secret, don't tell anybody how easy this is to make, but super uber easy. So let's get started. So we're gonna make the chicken, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a little pocket in our chicken breast, and we're gonna stuff it with cheese, and then we're going to roll it in crushed pecans, saute it in a little butter and oil, and then finish baking it off in the oven. And then we've got a little pan juice that we're gonna make to put over the top of it. Really yummy. What I've got here is about a cup of shredded Monterey Jack cheese and 4 ounces of cream cheese. So we're just going to add those two together and we're going to mix them up. Now we have our cheese all mixed together and we're going to work on our chicken. What I have here is 4 chicken breasts, skinless, boneless. I've trimmed all the fat off of them, and we're just going to find the fattiest side of the chicken. You can kind of see, if you want to get a close-up of this, it might help. But you can kind of see there's a thin side and then there's a fat side. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a little pocket in the side of this chicken because that's where we want to stuff our cheese. So I'm just going to run my knife in there and you can see I've got a nice little pocket. So that's one. And then we're going to do it to this one. And just push down gently on the top of the chicken and you'll be able to find that halfway point. And if it helps, you can just kind of lift the flap and stick your knife in there to make sure you get a nice deep pocket. You stuff the pocket with cheese. We're going to take about 1/4 of our cheese mixture and we're just going to stuff it in that pocket. So now we're just going to stuff the cheese in the pocket and then just kind of fold it over. Okay, then we're going to take 1/4 of the mixture again, stuff it inside the chicken breast, just like that. Just push it down in there and you're going to pull the chicken up and over, making sure it's all stuffed in there. Okay, so now we've got our chicken stuffed with cheese and we just want to salt and pepper the outside of it. We're just going to give it a little zhuzh with some salt, little kosher salt on top. My fancy little pepper grater here. I'm just going to pepper the top of them. And that's it. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands. Now I just need to get my pecans out of the freezer. It's always a good idea to keep your pecans in the freezer or any nuts because that way they won't go bad on you and they're fresh anytime you need them. Okay, now we've got our chicken salt and peppered and stuffed with cheese and we're just going to chop up our pecans. And we're going to do this in the food processor. And I'm going to use about 2 cups of pecans. And we're just going to put those in here. Okay. And I'm going to put my lid on. We're just going to pulse these for a minute and get them all ground up. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now we're going to pour these into a shallow pan. All right, that looks great. Okay, so now I have my pecans all ground and in a shallow dish. And here I have about 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard. And what we're going to do is we're just going to brush the Dijon on our chicken breast. Okay, and that's going to help our pecans stick to our chicken. So just brush it liberally all over the chicken, get a nice good coating. Okay? We're just going to take a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, just a little zhuzh around the pan, and about a tablespoon of butter. And we're going to add the butter to our oil because it adds flavor, and the oil helps keep the butter from burning. We've got our mustard on our chicken, and we're going to just take them and we're going to put it down here in the pecans. Okay? And we want to brush the other side of our chicken with our mustard, and it's easier if I just do it right here like this. And then that way I can just flip the chicken over and get the other side nice and crusty. And we're going to do that with each chicken breast. So we're just going to put it down in our pecans, brush it with a little bit more of our mustard, and flip it over. And just push some of the pecans down into the chicken. And we're going to put our chicken in. All right. Now we're just going to, that's what we want to hear, is that nice little sizzle. Put the chicken down. I think I can get all 4 pieces in. If I can't, you can always brown them, set them to the side, and continue cooking. But I'm going to get them all in there. So this is our pan that I prepared with aluminum foil. And we're just going to hit it with a little cooking spray. And we're going to put our chicken on this after we brown it, and then put it in the oven. Okay, it only takes a couple of minutes on each side to brown our chicken. There we go. That's a beautiful little golden. You just want to toast the pecans a little bit. We're not ready to actually cook the chicken. We just want to get our pecans browned a little bit on each side. And just a couple more minutes on this side, and then we'll move them to our baking sheet. Okay, our chicken's done. We're just going to take it out of the pan, and we're going to put it on our baking sheet. I'm just going to put some of the pecans over the top that have fallen off. Get a nice little pecan crust on our chicken. Now don't do anything with this pan, because while the chicken is baking, we're going to make a little pan sauce to go with the chicken. I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and we're just going to put our chicken in the oven. All right, this is going to bake for about 30-40 minutes. Depends on how big your chicken breasts are, but just until everything's nice and done and juices run clear on your chicken. So now we've got our pan that we browned our chicken in, and we're just going to make a little pan sauce. And what I've got here is about a half a cup of apple juice, and I'm just going to pour that into our pan. And we're going to use that to deglaze the pan and get all those nice crusty bits off of the bottom. And then to the apple juice, we're going to whisk in about 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're just going to stir for a few minutes and let some of that evaporate, and let our sauce reduce a little bit and thicken. And to this, we're going to turn the fire off, and we're going to add just about 2 tablespoons of cream. So now I'm just going to pour a little bit of our pan sauce over our chicken. It's all nice, and cheese is melted, and the pecans are brown. Oh, that looks lovely. I wish you could smell this. It smells wonderful. This is our Southern Pecan Cheesy Chicken. And I'm going to make this for my husband's boss. She's going to think I spent all day cooking it. It'll be just our little secret how easy it really was. Thanks, you all. It's tender and moist. The pecans are crunchy. I can taste the cheese. It's going to be a wonderful evening. Bye. See y'all soon.